me just say a huge thank you, Jeff. I have had the honor and privilege of taking care of you and your family, your dad, your mom for many years. Mike Schnapp, thank you. To my family who's all here, especially my wife and my in-laws, by the way, 90 years old, each right here. Married in 2 weeks. My other son, my daughter could be with my grandchildren. My daughter is giving us another grandchild in a few months. With our husband, whose birthday is tonight, so to say happy birthday. He thought this party was for him tonight, and my daughter Elizabeth. But it really is an honor. And those words, to me, this is humble because I didn't do anything extraordinary. I'm a physician. Probably you got that. I've run 28 marathons now, and I've run 25 in New York City, and in my 24th New York City marathon, something happened the month before that was not a nice thing for me. It was in a local newspaper for it, and it was pretty devastating to me as a physician. My wife knew. I was very disheartened. And about a month later was the New York City Marathon, which I probably was thinking about even not running that day, except some friends said, come on, you gotta go do it. And every year we have a party at the house, and the kids love it, and I'm dying on the couch after the race because they were eating the pizza and drinking the wine, and I'm out, right? And I'm a 4-hour marathon, that's where I'm about now. So this marathon, I came over the 59th Street Bridge, on the Edcotch Bridge, and it was about mile 16. I'm still in the cramp, 157, not bad. Right, I was 62 years old, and all of a sudden I just heard help about 30 feet behind me. And I think Arnold's daughter said she was standing there on 59th Street. Well, I heard help. I turned around. I've heard help before, and it's just in me as a physician. You go help, right? When you help. Turn around, went. The lady was kind of passed out on the floor. Her friend said she went to tie a shoe. I said, oh, she fainted. You can't go down when you run marathons at 16, I'll tell you, right? Going down. But I quickly realized she was in cardiac arrest, full cardiac arrest. I called for a defibrillator immediately. EMS, police, we all got started. I'm doing CPR and cramped bad. Police officer came, saw that, got an ammo bag. Anyway, 4 shots later, we got her back. 40-year-old woman, perfect health. She had just run an ultra marathon about a month before. Went to New York Cornell. I never got onto that ambulance because every good doctor follows their patient. And I was pushed aside, not pushed aside, but it was mayhem out there. You could probably testify to that. And you guys know the 59th Street, when you're coming off the noise in the crowd, you can't hear yourself. I don't know how I heard the call for help. So my wife and my kids were waiting at 17. And they were crying, waiting for me because they thought something happened to me because you can follow each other on watches now and so on. And I fell into my wife's arms and I said, I think I just defibrillated somebody. And she said, you're delirious. I mean, usually delirious at 26, 17. And I said, no, somebody just passed out. I need to know what happened. And she said, good, go finish the race and we'll find out at the end. So I ended up finishing the race and 5 hours and 20 minutes because I never turned it off and cramped. And I asked every police officer who thought I was delirious. Anyway, she's in New York Cornell, went to the cath lab. She's still alive to this day 5 years later. And she says on this plaque, and I don't know, Jeff, how you got this, but I owe Dr. Strange my life. He's my hero. For the rest of my life, I will never forget him. I'm not a hero. The heroes are people in this room. The heroes are police officers, firefighters. The heroes are military people. I did what I was supposed to do, and that's what I want to tell the kids. Maybe I was a good guy. Thank you for that. I'm a Christian. I was a good Samaritan, maybe. But the point is, just do what you're supposed to do in life. You know, if you see somebody needs some help, go give them some help. If it costs you a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes of time, I wasn't running to win the race. I think I heard it from the guys before. The race was in me to finish it for me. So, as I taught my kids, as I've been brought up in my family, we live this life for a lot of different reasons. We heard the word love, the love of what the passion of you. I love my career. People ask, when am I going to retire? And I said, retire, it's not a word for me because that means I worked. I haven't worked a day in my life because I love what I do. So I can't retire if I've never worked. So point being, thank you. I am so honored and humble. I got to read him. I wish I knew him. I wish I got to know him. I do know him. He will now live with me for the rest of my life at home, on my office. And I just say one huge thank you to my family who's dedicated their life to me, for me being able to do this, especially my wife for 38 years. And I want to say to kids, just say, if somebody needs help, just go out there and be good guys and good gals and go get help. Enjoy life. Thank you very much.
Guys, get in the photo right here. You got him? Get right in the photo. You got it. I'll tell you in a second. Great congratulations. Joanne and I always discuss who should get the annual award. And Bill Kelly's name came up. Bill was 94, am I right? 97, I stand corrected. And one of the greatest things for me was to give him a call in February to tell him you won the award. And it really meant a lot to Joanne as well, because Joanne grew up with Bill's daughter. And Bill Kelly is a true unsung hero of the sport in this borough, and he is guilty of it for himself because he was such a low-key gentleman guy. You would never know it. You would never know that he was a national class runner in the 1950s. You would never know it that he was one of the leaders of the Staten Island Harriers, the forerunners to the modern Staten Island Athletic Club with Vinnie Hutton. You wouldn't know it when he was the race director for the Lou Marvin, who eventually handed the baton of race director to Judge Mike Brennan. Bill Kelly did a lot in this borough. And like I said, we were so glad to present him with that award. Sadly, Bill passed away in July. And while Bill is no longer with us in person, his attitudes and dedication to our sport, without a doubt, permeates this room. And what I'd like to do is, I'd like to call up his daughter, Dr. Kerry Kelly, to receive the inaugural Victor Barra Memorial Service Award in honor of her dad. And I'm coming right on the screen with my friend and Bill Roberts.
Thank you very much. This is quite an honor. My father, as has been said, was a quiet man who took an interest in people. There were some lovely articles written about him after his death. They really captured who he was and all he accomplished in a very quiet way for the running community. As long as we knew him, he was always a runner. When we were kids, he would run in a white t-shirt and the white shorts, and people would say, "I saw your father running in underwear." In the days when people had very simple outfits and very simple sneakers, and he quietly, again, went about the work that he did. We were very proud of him. Before he died, he said to me, "I ran a 10-mile race the day you were born." And he was very happy that he accomplished that.